Oh, really? Well, it's Tuesday about, what is it? Almost 3:30 in the morning. I'm looking at a clock over there. About 3:30 in the morning, Tuesday morning, and I'm planning out the day. A couple loads of laundry and the last little bits and pieces of stuff outside that I need to do before winter. Tomorrow we're supposed to get high winds and possible tornadoes. So they said if there's stuff that you need to tie down or furniture to put away, do it. So I'll be doing that. Yeah. Oh boy. And I've been sitting and doing a lot of reflecting, a lot of thinking about that seminar thing that I went to. And I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it, because if I did, I'd be very angry. A lady sponsored me. She either paid for me or got me in somehow or something. Basically, and we're not supposed to tell the name of this thing or what we did exactly or anything like that. But I'm going to skirt the issue. I'm not telling you the name of it. I'll tell you what it used to be. Back in 1969, it used to be called EST. E-S-T. Anyway, it was a handful of people, and then there were a handful of, I don't know, sponsors, observers, or whatever. People running the thing. It was cold. The room was really cold. It was colder than I keep my house, and that's pretty cold. I mean, here I can hide under the duvet or put on more sweaters and stuff, but you're, you know, in a meeting situation and you just can't do that. I mean, what are you supposed to do? Bring in a trunk of blankets so that you can sit and be in this meeting? Really? Every time the damn vent went on, you could see it blowing in the, you could see all these charts that they had posted, plastered all over the walls, all these charts to demonstrate what they're talking about. You could see them flapping in the breeze. It was cold in there. And they'd say, "Oh, are you all cold? Oh, we'll turn up the heat." You know, they turn it up so it was just bearable. And then they let it go again. Man. And then they had some lady walking around with a piece of paper nestled in the palm of her hand, and if you weren't paying attention, you didn't see her. I watched, and I saw what she was doing. She's going around scribbling down, eavesdropping on people's conversations and scribbling down stuff. It's kind of, in a way, kind of like what a pastor does when someone passes away and you're going to have a funeral and the pastor's supposed to say something about you. He goes around and talks to all the people that showed up to show their respects, or family members grieving or whatever. And, you know, they'll say, "Oh, Bob was a fisherman. He loved going fishing, blah, blah, blah." So in part of the eulogy, the pastor will say all these things that he heard people say, like, Bob's fishing in heaven now, you know, that kind of stuff. So they would get these bits and pieces of information, and in the times where we'd close our eyes and reflect in a dim room, the lights were down, the temperature was down, and they play the sappy music, and the lady would get on her little microphone and she'd say, "Let it all go. Let it go that your daughter won't call you anymore. Let it go that your boss gave you too much work on Friday. Let it," you know, and people are going, that insults my intellect. I'm sorry. I didn't like it at all, and I didn't want to go back. But I did, for that lady's sake, because I didn't want to cause trouble. They sent me a survey on my email. I'm not filling it out. They say, "Oh, well, it's anonymous. We won't know." Baloney. They'll know who sent it. Even what I would say, they'd know who sent it. And I picked up an eye infection. Not sure how. I know there was another person rubbing their eyes too. I thought I had a loose eyelash under my eyelid here. And I was like pulling the eyelid out, trying to tear up in that one eye only, you know, and trying to get that, and it wasn't. It was like a little blister on the edge of my eyelid. It's, I forget what it's called, a bleph. It starts with B, bleph. I can't remember the rest of it. Anyway, I ended up having to put warm compresses on it and antibiotic ointment in my eye last night. And it did help. I'm going to have to do it again, but, ridiculi. So, they want to know how I feel? With my hands. Yeah, that's how I feel. Will I do something like that again? Doubtful. I've got so much that I either don't want to do and die or want to do. So what's going to happen? Do I have good luck coming my way? I don't know. This year's not been a very good one. But you gotta have crap to know when things are not crappy. Let's turn crappy to happy, shall we? Yeah. I have a lot of ideas for sarcastic skits of this type of thing. Maybe I'll call it Turn Crappy to Happy. I don't have anyone to help me act, so I'll have to do all the characters myself. It might take a while, but I might do it. Yeah. Upward and onward.